Hi there, I'm Curtis Slone, and for the better part of 10 years, I have been working as a systems and security engineer on various special operations and intelligence community programs. And for a lot of that, I was the guy who sat across the table from federal assessors to prove that our systems were secure. And proving it was miserable. The evidence were really just screenshots, exported configs, spreadsheets, stack of artifacts that were really just claims. So they were point in time, impossible to reproduce. I don't know if you've ever done a DISA assessment or an RMF assessment, but I distinctly remember the assessor sitting behind me and telling me to reproduce this evidence by running a command, right? So this whole assessment ritual is something that is run on trust. It's not run on proof. And that's actually why I built ProofLayer. It's an agentless compliance platform, but the idea is simple. Every scan should produce a proof, not a screenshot, not an export, a proof. And that's something that's signed at the moment it's created. It comes with a replay hash that captures the policy intent, the control mapping, the execution, and the outcome into one cryptographic identity that can be re-verified later without trusting me, without trusting the system, without trusting any engineer. It's something that can be proven. Now, ProofLayer has one line it won't cross. There is no AI anywhere in the evidence pipeline. So there's no model deciding pass or fail, no model writing a finding, no model mapping controls after the fact. It is 100% deterministic. It's an engine that does not guess, it computes. So the same policy, the same state, the same result every time. You see, a probabilistic system is usually right, which across thousands of controls means regularly wrong. Compliance evidence cannot be usually right. It has to be right all the time and proven. So there's no model in the ProofLayer path to get it wrong. Now we've released the alpha. I'm gonna go ahead and move my head here so that way I can run you through it. And a link to this is available because the alpha has been released for you to play around with, to bring in your Claude companion, because we have created a Claude companion for you to pair with this and understand the concepts and just get you from zero to proven or verified in the least amount of time possible. Now, with the alpha, we have removed all roles and permissions except for the super admin, so you get access to everything. As you see, I've already done some work in here. This is ran on real infrastructure, by the way. In the Claude companion, you'll get some test fixtures so you can launch Terraform and start immediately working with this tool. Here's your list of credentials. I have an Azure SPN. You can immediately discover assets and they are automatically linked together so you can see the relationship between assets. So as an example, let's go to this software package. It is installed on 2 virtual machines, right? And those 2 virtual machines are in a resource group. So after you discover the assets, you can auto-link your endpoint state policies. We used scope injection. Ask Claude companion about that. Here's your ESP. It is a simple human readable policy as data file that is truly meant to push security left. This is something even non-technical people can read and reproduce, right? It's simple. You have your control mappings, the implementation statement already there. This policy expects a set of repos as the object. This is the state it is expected to be in. So deletion blocked should be protection exists on this repo. Allowed deletions should not be allowed on this repository. And it's just ran through our contract-based execution to reproduce command. Here is the command that is actually compiled from the policy. in the contract-based execution. So let's take a look at some evidence. Here we go. Here's some failures. Here's your open findings. And let's just click on a scan. This is the state chain, meaning if this cryptographic identity changes or the posture changes that this cryptographic identity represents, you will see that in the state chain. So you'll see the previous and you can catch the drift immediately. This policy is ran on this asset and it produces this reproducibility command. So that way the command is right there. It can easily be ran and reproduced. And every signing event is captured on the transparency log. And all of this is exposed via the continuous monitoring record API. So that way you just give somebody access to it and they can immediately begin to verify your proofs. So there you go. You have gone from 0 to proven in about less than 2 minutes, right? And again, if this produces all the evidence you could ever need. Now, if this is what you need for FedRAMP 20X, CMMC, or some platform you didn't see here, honestly, the most useful thing you could do is let me know what asset or framework matters most in your environment. You can reach me directly at curtis@scanset.io. And ProofLayer is in its alpha publicly available, but the engine that does the scanning endpoint state policy is completely open source. So you can read exactly how every result is computed. That way you don't have to take my word for it. You can verify it.